welcome. My name is Liza and I'm the founder of Enhanced Life Coaching and Enhanced Hypnobirthing. I love sharing information with my clients because I find the more I share, the more I help, and the more I help, the more I can enhance people's lives and their families. Today, I want to talk to you about language. Would you like to easily grasp and analyse words so effortlessly which will allow you to spin and reframe with incoming and outgoing conversations? Imagine while you're communicating with someone, metaphorically float outside of your body and into the other person's body, looking back at yourself and notice how your communication is being received by the other person. What is the receiver doing inside of their head when you're communicating with them, when you say whatever you want to say? Is learning a new way of communicating that you've never considered, would that be useful for you? People often just talk and don't bother to think about the words that come out of their mouth. So how would we use language purposefully and consciously? Well, every time we talk with someone, whatever you say, you're affecting them and changing their internal representations. And here's the question: how do you do it with volition and consciousness? So predicates are words essentially referring to certain representation systems. So say, if someone you are talking to says, "I don't see what you're saying," the truth is, they just don't see it, literally. It means they're unable to make a picture in their head based on the amount of information that you've given them. What if someone says, "What you're saying to me doesn't sound right"? It very well means that your tone of voice is not appropriate for them to be able to understand it. And if someone says, "I don't feel particularly right about a certain issue," then you haven't said the right things to them for them to feel what you want them to feel to understand. And someone says, "Doesn't make sense," you haven't given them enough rational or logical and digital information about what they're deciding on. So remembering, a visual person is going to make a decision based whether the thing looks right. The best way to approach a visual person is to say, if I can show you an attractive way in which you could ... or if this looks good, then let's go ahead and get the paperwork done, as an example. Or a person that's auditory, you would say, after telling them about the product, you would say, "You at least want to hear about it, don't you? And if this sounds good to you, let's go ahead." If a person is kinesthetic, you could say to them, "If I could get you to hold onto a concrete way which you could ... you would at least want to feel how that feels to you, wouldn't you?" An unspecified person or an unspecific person or internal dialogue or AD, people who think internally a lot. If I could show you something that would make sense, and perhaps if it's something that you could process and work, how would that seem to you? If we begin to use these, then we will get to increase the chances of communication. Now I have the tools necessary to make a quick change. It doesn't take 90 days, it doesn't take 1 year. It can happen in a matter of moments, and it can happen instantaneously. So I'm a timeline therapist, neurolinguistic programmer, Psych-K facilitator, and a clinical hypnotherapist, which means that I release blocked energies that your conscious mind has held so you can start the regeneration healing process within yourself. Timeline therapy is where you'll be able to release your long forgotten negative experiences like anger, sadness, guilt, shame, fear and more, as well as limiting beliefs and past unwanted conditioning which you could carry around for many years. I work directly with the unconscious mind, this part of you which stores and encodes all your memories and experiences in linear fashion, which we call a timeline. It's very easy to discover where your timeline is in relation to your life. As a practitioner, I can learn a lot from the information that you share with me. And this allows us to discover what the root cause of the problem actually is. And once I discover the root cause, when it began, I can see that this problem has shown itself to you throughout different times in your life. It's what we call a gestalt. And timeline therapy is a process which doesn't require for you to relive the traumatic and negative events. In fact, it's content free. And what that means is you don't have to retell the negative experience, which can be quite traumatic. This is a whole brain integration which changes old self-limiting beliefs into new self-enhancing ones that support you in minutes. It's like rewriting the software of your mind in order to change the printout of your life. So on that note, want to ask me about Enhanced Personal Breakthrough Program, and if you have any questions or you feel like you learned a lot from this video, or you need more information, just send me a message. If you thought this video was informative, please like and share so more people can learn how to enhance their lives. Enhance your thinking with Enhanced Life Coaching.